I'm kidding. There's a cold in my body, and I don't like it. Let's make a tea. Last night, my girlfriend Jenny came over. She comes over once a month, and we have what I like to call our witching hour. So yesterday, I shared with her that I've had a cold for a week and a half, and I'm on the other end of it. And she says, "Oh my gosh, my family was sick like crazy last week, and I swear by this tea. It is the best tea. It's hydrating, it's nourishing, it balances everything out, and it kills whatever's in your body." So you and I are going to make it today, and we're going to try it because winter season is upon us. And as you and I both know, not everybody washes their hands, not everybody takes the best care of themselves, and I always like to err on the side of caution. So it's always important to, why not stack the goodness up against us by just having extra vitamin C, having vitamin D, having vitamin B, eating a little bit more nutritious as we go through this winter season, just to keep those ucky things away. So I'm gonna put my glasses on so we can read, because girl, this vision in the 50s is another moment. So here's Jenny's recipe. Jenny's witch tea. It's 2 tablespoons of honey. Oh, honey, come over here. I forgot it. Honey. I'm going to go through the ingredient list, and then we're going to make it. Honey. 2 teaspoons of turmeric. 2 cinnamon sticks. 1 tablespoon of grated ginger. Oh my God, I love ginger. Don't you love ginger? Do you think I love ginger? It's so good for you. I use it in a lot of the cuisine that I make at home, and I also like it at night after a meal. I just, cut off a chunk, put it in tea, have a slice of lemon, or put it with hot water and a slice of lemon. Oh my gosh, it is so good. And it just makes me all warm inside. Back to Jenny's witch tea. 1 tablespoon of grated ginger, 2 thick slices of lemon, 1 tea bag of ribose. So let's get into it. This winter, just like other winters before, it's so important to pad yourself up and get healthy. So what I love about tea time is that there's so many things that I bet you already have in your own kitchen right now, already, that you can just make up a little batch of it. Either a teapot, or I use my French press. I have 2 of them. This one's for coffee, and I have another copper one that I make tea in. So it says the ingredients: 2 tablespoons of honey. You measure. 1, 2. Because you can never go wrong with honey, right? It's an antimicrobial. It pads everything and makes it better. It coats your throat when you have a cold. So when you cough, it doesn't really affect you all the time. There's so many healing benefits. I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not an herbalist, but if you're out there and you want to do something together, let's talk. Okay, we have honey. We have 1 teaspoon of turmeric. This I will measure. I love honey. Turmeric, but it's so good for you. And don't you love that beautiful yellow color? Isn't it absolutely magnificent? Turmeric. We need 2 sticks of cinnamon. I already put 1 in. Because initially I started making the tea, and then I said, oh my God, this would be such a great tea time because we could make a tea together and talk. So I already have 1 cinnamon stick in here. Here's the second one. I love them. The Ceylon, oh, the best. It's always good to get the best quality you can afford because you're putting this into your body. So you always want it to be the best possible. So we have 2 cinnamon sticks, and then we're going to get ginger. That's about 1 tablespoon grated. We're just going to wash it off. Then we're going to come over here and dry it. Now, I tend to be very rustic in the way that I do things in the kitchen. I don't need everything perfectly peeled and perfectly chopped. When my husband's home, however, because he's my sous chef, he makes everything perfect. But me, because it's gonna go into my French press, and my French press, which I make coffee in and tea, has this great grate down in the bottom of it, you see? So these little small pieces don't really get into the end product, which will be the tea. So, grater, and just grate it in there. It smells so good. You know, this is one thing during our wonderful time together at Feminine Spaces that I'm definitely going to learn more about. The healing properties of all of this. I have one of my little witch books. It's all about herbal magic. And it tells you about all the ingredients, not only the ones that you eat, but, you know, frankincense and myrrh and just the healing properties of everything, the spiritual properties of everything. There's so many things that we grow naturally that are so beneficial for us from a health perspective, from a spiritual perspective, that are so important. And I have to say, that art has been lost in such a way in my family, and I have such an interest in it, and I'm bringing it back. So if that's something you guys want to know more about, or you want me to share with you, because, you know, I'm going to learn regardless. But I think some of you are here also to learn, just like me. And it's always good to do things with somebody else, because when it's two, it's always better. And the most important part of that is you, always. Because you know I say this all the time in Feminine Spaces. Your world begins and ends with you. Okay, that is 2 tablespoons of grated ginger. Oh my God, it smells so good. Oh, so very good. Okay, so we have the grated ginger. 2 tablespoons. That looks magical in there. I'll put a little bit more. You know, I am actually, I tell you I'm that person, right? I'm just gonna slice it up a little bit more to not waste these last little chunks, and put it in the bottom of the French press, because at the end of the day, because this has such a grate, do you see it? So none of the little chunks and pieces are gonna come up into the tea that we actually drink. And then it says 2 thick slices of lemon. So you take your lemon, cut off one end, and then I'm thinking like this. What do you think, guys? Like this, that thickness. What do you think? You like it? The color? And you know I have the essence of the ginger in my hand, and with the lemon, oh, it smells so good. And then we have a tea bag of ribose. Let's go ahead and rinse that out. My girlfriend Jenny came last night, as I told you, and she brought me some. So let's put this in here. So there's already 1 tea bag in here, so I'm just going to put another one in there. And for shits and giggles, I don't know if you're that person, but I am starting to understand so much more about the spiritual aspects of us as human beings. Oh my God, look at that color. And you know that I love the hocus pocus and magic of everything, because we talk about this every once in a while. And what I love about the spiritual aspects of it and incorporating our full body and treating our full body. Listen, I also love medicine, and I really appreciate drugs. My late husband was one of the top 10 oncologists in the world. So I appreciate the benefits and the importance of medication. What I love about this type of practice is that you are also involved in the overall well-being of yourself by just using natural ingredients. And I love the incantations of things. And I like to speak things into existence myself. If you're interested, great. If you're not, great. I am. I'm sharing with you what I personally like to do. And don't you love my big spoons? They're for cocktails. And now I use it for my teas as well. It's got a little bling bling, and who doesn't love this? Anyhow, another thing that I love to do and I treasure so much is the aspects of speaking things into your existence, into your life. And one of the things that I love so very much is because we are 70% water, and everything you ingest in your body affects every single cell and atom in your being. I also like to speak a little bit of magic into everything that I do. So because there's a cold in my body and I want it out, we are just going to take a moment to speak over this magnificent tea and tell it exactly what the intention is. And for me, the intention is to hydrate my body and to remove this coldness and this cold and this virus, just remove it from my body. And I love everything about this healthy tea because it benefits me in ways that I don't know and you don't know. But that's what I like to do. Just overall, because I'm speaking it to myself, your body listens to you, your mind listens to you, your spirit listens to you, whether you believe it or not. It does. So why not, again, put things closer to benefit you in every way? So we've done this, and we let it steep for 15 minutes. And then we'll come back. All right, it has been 15 minutes. Are we have these similar qualities where I'm the type of person that while I'm cooking, I'm cleaning and putting everything away. So when I'm done with whatever I'm doing, my kitchen is back to base. It's clean. It's ready for whatever the next invention or creation is going to be, because I do like things to be organized and I do put everything back in its place. So now I'm done with the apron. I always put on, here's another fun thing that I'm going to share with you guys about me. Every single time I do anything in the kitchen, I put on an apron. I have like 7 of them. If you're interested in looking at my apron collection, let me know and I'll share it with you. There's something about, for me, when I put on my apron, it is a segue into whatever I was doing before that has paused. And now it allows me to put all my focus in, all of my intention, all of my grace, everything in what I'm creating next. And especially for me, because as you guys are getting to know me here in Feminine Spaces, and you know everything we do here in Feminine Spaces has to do with conscious living, of course. But it is about self-mastery. It is about relationship wisdom, and everything is always through a feminine lens because it's the way that I view the world. And I love that aspect of myself, and I trust in our community that we are creating and cultivating, that we share the same kind of things. For me, there's something so spiritual, something so feminine, something so graceful about cooking for myself, for my family, and all that entails. Because again, you and I, as individual human beings and as a collective, individually, I am the beginning and end of my world. You are the beginning and end of your world. Whatever you make, whatever you put into your body, whether you believe it or not, I believe it. It affects you spiritually, physically, and mentally. So I'm always very aware and very intentional, which is part of conscious living, very intentional. Because I have found in my life that whenever I am pissed off and I'm cooking, it doesn't turn out. It doesn't taste good. I burn it. It sucks in some kind of way. And I've done it so many times that is the importance of wisdom, is learning from your mistakes. So every time I come into the kitchen and I'm making a cup of tea because I don't want to dirty my clothes, or I'm cooking something because also I don't want to dirty my clothes, most importantly, it's a signal to me to go, whatever I was doing before, we can put that on pause. And now my entire focus is on whatever it is that I'm going to create that's going to nourish my body in some way. And that is the intentionality behind every single time I put my aprons on. Okay, so I'm done with that. Now, let's come back to Jenny's tea. So I'm going to go one more time, ingredients, so we're on the same page. Jenny's witch tea, to help us when it comes to having a cold or a virus in our body, it's taking it out. It's improving our body, it's improving our cells, and minimizing or just eradicating it out of our system. That's what I think. I believe it. Even if it's just the hydration of it all, even if it's the extra vitamin D and the cinnamon and all those little ingredients that collectively and independently work so magically together. So it's 2 tablespoons of honey, it's 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 2 sticks of cinnamon, 1 tablespoon of grated ginger, 2 thick slices of lemon, and 2 tea bags of ribose. Because I made mine in this, as I said before, I have a French press. This one is for tea, and I have another one that's for coffee. So, and it makes 8 cups. So this is what the recipe will entail. You could also use it in your teapot, whatever you like, but this is what this recipe actually creates. And you let it steep for 15 minutes, of which we have done. So now, onto the piece of resistance, Jenny's tea. Look how beautiful the color is, right? Isn't it absolutely magnificent? Oh my God, and you can see all the little things in there just percolating. So I'm gonna press it down. And as I said, because the French press has the grate and a stainless steel net, none of the little grates of ginger or any of the little lemon, little poppers or cinnamon chunks, they don't come up into our tea. Look how magical. Oh my God, I love it. So, teacup, butterflies. Do you know what Vanessa means? The Latin meaning of Vanessa? It's a type of butterfly. Tea, ready to pour? Oh my God, look at that color. Oh my goodness. It smells so good. You can really smell the ginger and the cinnamon and the lemon and the color. Oh, Jenny, we really appreciate you sharing your Jenny's witch tea with us. Let's taste. A little smuckly smuck. Ooh, it's so good. You get the sting of the cinnamon. You get the citrus from the lemon and the lemon rind. You get the sweetness of the honey. You definitely get that turmeric that hits you, but in the most beneficial and beautiful way. This is our tea time. I trust you enjoyed it. Until next time. Pussly puss.